What's up, y'all? Thanks for stopping by my channel. I'm your girl, Miss Terrell. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below so that way you get to know when we have all of our tea talks. Now, I have just recently launched my Manifest Your Dream webinar for young teens and adults. All of that information is in the Warrior community that is located via Patreon, or you can contact me through the email that is underneath the About tab should you have more information on how you can open up your Manifest Dream webinar at your local resource and recreational center. So anyhow, other than that, I'm gonna tell y'all like this: get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you sipping on. Come and get it and bring it close. Now I'm gonna be real honest with y'all, real honest. Y'all won't about to get this video, but being the fact of I have time today. I typically record and do all this stuff earlier in the week, but it's been a crazy week. It's been a busy ass week. I hope everyone's had a good week. Child, I done went out today and went shopping. I done went out, had me a nice little Saturday, nice little time. So I'm actually shocked I made it back to the house before the time that I thought I would. So I said, you know what, instead of just, not putting out a video today and taking a day off, like, it was on my mind and I'm dedicated to this schedule now. So I said, let's just go ahead and throw out a video. And that way, all is well. I can end my weekend and sleep all day Sunday knowing that I carried out my week no matter how busy it was. Like, did you know I had like 2,000 piece orders come through for Stella Bistro Food? So that was a lot. That was definitely a lot. And then I'm also in the midst of hiring for a couple of different positions now within the companies. So yeah, it's been busy, but I want to bring something to y'all. I think this is a tea talk that we all can deal with at some point in time or another. We deal with it one point in time or another. And excuse me, it's more or less of a feeling, and it's more of a, at that point, you're either going to put up or shut up, So we need to talk about, sucking it up. Sucking it up. The reason why I wanted to bring this tea talk to you is because, a little backstory, when I was growing up, I didn't really have my mom there. Most mothers, most responsible mothers, if they're in their daughters' lives, they'll make sure that the essentials are understood. How to take care of yourself and how to cook and whatever the case may be. Some of those departments, I was very fortunate to have those lessons. Some of those departments, I was very grateful to have ancestors, that have grandmothers that were willing to put on the coat for that role in order for me to be able to be sufficient and to have knowledge in something, So I want to say maybe like a weekend or two ago, I'm really big on self-care, starting from the inside, working its way out. And one thing that growing up I had an issue with, especially not having a mother in the picture or a beautician in the picture, is cosmetology. Whether that's your hair, skin, or your nails, I didn't have it. More importantly, it was the hair dynamic, that understanding, that knowledge I didn't really have. Because my mom, she just thought taking care of like my brother was easier. He's a boy, so pretty much make sure he don't get in too much trouble and he don't come home with a bunch of babies. Like, that was easier for her than to worry about explaining certain things to me about, just human anatomy and just womanhood, going into adulthood, going into being a teenager and being an adolescent. Like, she was pretty much not there. So a couple of weekends ago, I was just like, man, like, I really wanted to do something with my hair. And being the fact of I didn't know too much about that, it was kind of one of those things where you find yourself at a crossroads when you have to suck things up, okay? You're going to have to suck things up when people don't do you right, and you're going to have to suck it up when people do you wrong. That's what I had to learn within that. I don't want to call it a struggle because I still overcame it. But however, it's a thing of when it's time for us to suck things up, it's because we're at a crossroads. Are we going to allow it to make us or break us? And it's really interesting how this topic came up in my mind to be something good to write for my channel, because it's the absolute truth. When you're younger and you're not aware versus you getting older and you grow and you learn, there's no loss if you learn something. If you decide to continue to move on with things but not understand the lesson behind it, that's when that suck it up complex comes in. Because you can either suck it up and keep crying about it just on a different day, or you can suck it up and you can move forth on a different day and handle it differently. So that way your reaction isn't always the same. I understand firsthand with anyone who's psychologically an orphan, was pretty much by themselves, abandoned and neglected. I can definitely understand how there can be a huge complex, a huge confusion when it comes down to that suck it up crossroads. And that's because a lot of us don't have support for us to suck it up, learn and move on, where a lot of times we just really have people that just want us to suck it up for the moment or keep crying about it. So needless to say, throughout time and everything, I had to put back a regimen in place because I did get really busy. And certain things sometimes, certain things just get behind. You worry more about what you have going on right in front of you than you worrying about what's always been there. So I came up with a couple of different things, a couple of different tips that I can give you in regards to if you were at a crossroads where you have to suck something up. You deciding to stop your tears, or how can I say this? It's okay to cry about it. It's okay to cry about it. It's okay to let out emotionally the disappointment that you've received from people. It's okay for you to cry about it and get it out of your system. It's okay for you to release those emotions. Part of sucking it up thereafter is you getting all of that out of your system. And so I wallowed and, I pretty much had my moment about it. But once you cry it all out, I never seen nobody force a cry. I don't think that would be very attractive. I don't think that would be something of any statute of entertainment I think will be funny. So when you're done crying about it, now it's time for you to get up and change what you can. Though, I can't go back in time and tell my mom all these different things about how I feel like she disappointed me and how she didn't do what I feel a mother is responsible for regarding her children. Though I can't go back and tell her all those things and have her relive my childhood to show me otherwise. I just have to take it for what it is. There's going to be some people who are not good parents. There's going to be some people out here that are just to create and that's it. They don't have no business trying to be out here nurturing anybody. However, the one thing that I can change is the perspective as to how I can learn things now. These days in time, technology is crazy. So you can go on YouTube and find a number of different ways and things that can help you be able to fix what you can. And when you realize that there's more ways than the one way you learned in the beginning for you to be able to live a healthy life, for you to be mentally stable, for you to be emotionally strong, for you to be, hard to shake spiritually, you change what you can. You feel me? Like, if you know how to do something better now, you don't hang on to what you used to know, especially if it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? That goes into like number 3 for me. It's just like, You have to understand self-battery is not required when you're learning a lesson. And at first I felt that way. There's been many a thing in my life that I felt like if I was to beat myself up about it, that will be a equal punishment. And it's not. It's not, because how are you going to grow if you continue to sabotage yourself? How are you going to grow in love of anything if you continue to sabotage yourself? Sometimes when we decide to suck it up today but cry about it tomorrow, that is self-sabotage. You can cry about it, but after you cry about it, it's time for you to get over it. It's time for you to come out of it. A lot of times we deal with adult matters with childlike emotions. And that's what that's what makes us stagnant. That's what makes us feel as if like we're incapable of learning something. We're incapable of being loved or having someone love us. And it's because of the old way of thinking, of the old trials and tribulations and troubles that at one point seemed to be the only way for you to be able to feel something, or, to numb your pain and to have you feel like you still exist. But I'm here to tell you, you not allowing yourself that space to grow and understand. You're going to find people that are going to come in your life that are going to show you more than one way to do something. And it's up to you how you want to do it. Again, there's so many different resources out here for things we feel like we're short on and we have shortcomings by. We can be able to get things in line and in order. We just have to be strong enough to know that we're deserving of it. So at one point I told myself, like, I'm deserving of this. I'm deserving of that. I'm deserving of this. I'm deserving of that. Flip the page. I'm deserving of this. I'm deserving of that. And that's what it is. Point blank, period. There's no other way around it. Now, when I suck it up at that crossroads, I know that when I suck it up, knowing that, one, I just cried about it. Two, I decided to change what I can. And three, now that I understand I can change what I can for my betterment, now it's time for me to move on and forgive the ignorance. Understand, when you hear the word ignorance from me on this channel, that is not me telling you you're not able to learn past, mentally grow past what you knew. It's me simply telling you, when you're in a place where something is new and fascinating to you, you're coming out of the ignorance of knowing that that way that you knew before was the only way. Okay? So when you forgive the ignorance of what you didn't know before, you forgiving yourself, you're showing yourself how you forgive yourself by retaining that new information, using those new resources, and allowing yourself a new start. Part of the suck it up crossroads is just that. You have to give yourself credit when credit is due. Now that you're able to deal with the reflection of your feelings, the reflection of your thoughts, now what are you going to do moving forward knowing this is how you feel? And I honestly will tell you this is all part of you coming into adulthood. Coming into adulthood is you knowing that that ignorance is not going to help you. It comes into you understanding that things that didn't work out well in the past, that's fine. But that's going to be the motivation for you to want to know better in your future. So, I don't think, nonetheless, it's a hard thing to do, but I do understand that it takes a lot of strength to do it. There's some people in this world that are going to come to that, suck it up crossroads, and they very well may just stay in the same spot. And you have some people that may just actually figure out which way when they need to go, and they may do well. But for the ones that want to do better, you're in this group. And for the ones who don't want to do better, you're in this group. You either going to go the right way or the wrong way. But depending on how you're able to deal with your emotions, how much control you have over what it is that you can't deal with, what you can deal with, what you can change, what you can't change, what you can cry about, but what it is that you can literally just say, you know what, that's just a thing of the past and keep it pushing. That's really all on you. It's on nobody else. It's on nobody else. Nobody else. You don't stay one age forever. So I can't hold someone accountable about something they had no idea how to do for me at an age where I'm at now, and I know I can do for myself. Like, it's a thing of the past. So y'all tell me what y'all think. You know, I don't think sucking it up is a way for you to mask your emotions and mask what it is that you need to deal with. I think nonetheless, when it's time for you to suck it up, that's when you get that courage together and you're able to put it into a form that's really just going to activate you to want to move forth. It's not going to keep you in the same place, and it's damn sure not going to keep you idle. So y'all let me know down below. Be sure that y'all head over to the Warrior Community. We will be having a Tea Talk Book Club meeting this weekend on Sunday. So I would love to see you all there. Outside of that, be sure that you look down below for any of the coupon codes for my business. Be sure that you enjoy that special discount off at time of checkout. And outside of that, have a nice Saturday, and I will talk to y'all later.
The depths of the media sees no evil. Buildings crashing 9/11, no sake for the people. Children take to everything. Others willing to feel anything just to say they were there. Boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, domestic violence. Do you care? When the curtains close, your head hangs low. You're wishing someone was there. Just turn to me for relief. I know how you feel. I am you. You are me. We share symptoms of the black sheep. Aren't you aware?
This image, I remember howling winds, nights trying to hustle to 10 degrees, ash on my knuckles. Coke in my long john, sipping on the brisk. A tall glass of liquor, please, we get a sip of this. Coke in my long john, slave to the sin. Call me young coke there if the cops try to frisk. I may get a grip, I may get a grip. I may slopping 20s, lots of tails and some shrimp. I used to bump Wayne all day as a pimp, now I'm past Wayne, Drake and going in.